The show you've all been waiting for, but never expected. Stuns and Slander. With your host, Grim Knight Spring Hilgensport. Welcome to Stuns and Slander, where I'm your host, Grim Knight Spring Hilgensport. And I'm here to preview this upcoming season. That's gonna be great and exciting. What we will do is look at each division and nominate with my bold predictions who is going to be the team on top and who's gonna be the lonely team at the bottom. We will nominate them as the team to spite and the team to pity. Because we all just want to crush that top team and, of course, just feel so terribly bad for the bottom team. Yeah, right. Well, let's get into it. We'll start off with each division in alphabetical order. Coming up first is the Bloodweiser. If you like low-scoring, blood-soaked field games as much as I do, then crack open a can of Bloodweiser and tune into these games. Especially games against Shaky Dog. After this season, his wolves might be so unrecognizable, he'll have to change his name to Shatter Dog. Now on to which team is the team to spite and the team to pity. The team to spite. Now, I'm going to go against the norm here right from the start and say the team to spite are those no good, filthy blorks known as I Miss Goblins. Yes, Zasty, we get it. You want your Goblin team back, and so you chose one of the most bashiest teams that not only stink, but can't do second-grade math either. I think this coach just wants to crack skulls and while pretending he would have hired a Goblin team given the chance. But look, he doesn't have a star player. He just has a bunch of bullies with skills that say, eat green shit. The team to pity. You might think Scary Movie might be on this list, given that they're the only non-bashy team on here. But nope, everyone else is going to find a hard time catching up to their speed without any tackle. I mean, come on, people. Even a baby dwarf learns how to tackle before they can reach their beer sippy cup off the table. Nope. The team to pity here is the Winnipeg Deads. Sure, a bashy team can hold its own, especially at a low TV value. But in this play pool, I think they'll run into more hardship than coasting to victory. There is going to be too much weight on their best player's shoulders, Elhers, that he can bear. The next division, Deadpool. Yeah, there's sure something dead here, because this division is full of non-bathing teams. It smells like something crawled up a Nurgle's ass and died. I mean, the only clean teams here are the Tory Punts and the Skull Stunners FC. I'm rooting for you, Stunners. Aside from hygiene, expect some high-scoring games here, but no pillow fights, as we got a majority of balanced teams here ready to leave a couple of bodies on the ground towards their path to a touchdown. Especially with Teddy Tom, who is leaving his habit of coaching Elven teams for a taste of some blood. Now on to the team to spite, the Carnage City Chiefs. Or should I say, the Carnage City Cheats. They may not have a Patrick Mahomes, but they sure got a player that can do it all. Ask Car Evil Eye. If a look could kill, look no further than the deadly stare of his slimy rat. He'll distract you with that snarl to make you hesitate just long enough to see his horns up close with your teeth. And if that's not enough, I hear he greases himself up with the diarrhea from a wood elf on a strict blackberry diet to better slip away from tackle zones after stealing the ball away from you. Now the team to pity? Although they might have some fun crashing some teams into submission, that might not be enough for the Hillbilly Lightnings. The only lightning they got is the rare chance if they'll catch some in a bottle, because they'll need a miracle to come out on top. They'll have to rely on their quickness of Cletus, their best offensive player, and he's got a broken arm. But I predict they'll have quite the pleasure converting other team players into redneck zombies more than once. A fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, the Blorks. Forget about it. Take down those green bastards, Tiger Tom. Now on to the next division. I kill ya. If the Bloodwise division are the king of bashing, then this division is taking lessons from them. With only 2 balanced teams in this bunch, this Playpool is more interested in hitting something rather than the ball. Not to mention this group of coaches. I would bet gold if I laid a football on an open field with all of them surrounding it, the score would be 0-0. Because they don't know how to pick up a ball unless it's in the hands of a motionless body. Ha 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 ha! But seriously, you want to cross any of these teams under a bleacher? Good luck. The team despite the Sturgo Sentinels. This team is more balanced than a war dancer on a tightrope. And don't forget Stolzy's reputation to foul you to next week until your fellow teammates joins his crew. But that shouldn't be your main concern. Watch out for Walhall Dunglehurst. He'll be hiding behind his big mummies until the moment you let your guard down, and then come from behind and wrestle the ball out of you one way or another. And now the team to pity. A team so low on the totem pole, they don't even deserve a full name. The Aft Z. Sounds like something a tongueless halfling would say when he wants Kraft cheese. This team's strategy is to overwhelm you with their numbers, as they're one of the few teams with more than 12 players on their roster. And no, I'm not counting snotlings, as they're no bigger than the logs I lay in the toilet. Now I say they are the team to pity this season. Who knows how far they'll go next season, especially if Oakless the Dagger stays their current best player. On to the next division, the Jordell Air. Talk about a variety division. Half the division is bashy, while the other half are split with balanced and agility teams. So if you want to see clashes of yings and yangs, this is the division to tune into. Expect this division to have the most touchdowns from the others with the possibility of the most casualties, though I think not with the lack of tackles here. This division was the hardest to nominate the team to spite and the team to pity because any one of them can be Nuffle's prophecy or Nuffle's bitch. The team to spite? The Brutal Deluxe. They're capable of handling both extremes. Want to bash through his team? Try doing that with their Blorks and Blitzers supporting them. Think you can run past them? They've got 2 special players ready to meet you at the end zone. Especially Boga the Fool. He may not be able to count higher than the laces of a football, but he's got every which way to strip that ball away from you and take it back the other way if need be. The team to pity? It's always tough to start off with low TV as a chaos. And that's the Malice Cowboys. They're no exception. Yes, they've got a lot to learn being at the infancy of their journey. But if Furio can carry this team with a long line of bodies left behind, they might be able to surprise everyone. And when this team matures, and matures with the right skills, they'll be a threat to anyone they come across. And now the division with the little Frenchie involved, Le Gube Sportif. Whatever. They may be the smallest division, but they make up for it in potential. This division has the most teams that get dangerous, both in scoring and in hitting, when they mature in TV value. Quite fitting to the name of this division. This also may be the division with the highest amount of new coaches to a degree, but that doesn't mean they're inexperienced to Blood Bowl. Even though there will be a fair number of touchdowns in this one, I expect more casualties than scores. The team to spite. You love to hate them because just when you think you got the ball secured or you pummel them to oblivion, they perform the most impossible move that can only be explained as giving Nuffle infinite amount of hand jobs for pulling it off. And laugh in your face while they're doing it. Scooby and his Nazatinthus Nosa taint, nasal pint, whatever. His 4 styles will do just that and annoy you more than trying to have a conversation with a zombie. Look for Sylthachia, Sailtrachia, say thank you. Damn it, Scooby. Name your team in English, you elf-loving wanker. Anyways, look for his best player, the aristocrat, to ball hawk and score a bunch of touchdowns. The team to pity. Ugh. It's a sad day to say this, but I have to give it to the No Fun United. They will live up to their name when it comes to winning games. I don't think they'll have trouble on the field, quite the opposite. They'll experience sublime every time they hear the cracking of bones they cause. But scoring enough touchdowns to win a game will be as slim as a snotling's waistline. And now we go on to another division, the Nesquig. Move over, agility teams. There's no place for you in this division. Expect to see a good mixture of scores and mayhem, as this group is filled with bashy, imbalanced teams. And at the same time, there is no powerhouse team here like the others. Just a bunch of coaches that picked a team suited best for their style of play. Though you might as well call this division the Pound. So many wolves in here, every team is going to be infested with fleas by the end of this season. Somebody call animal control. And speaking of which, the team despite Navarro's Moonbloods. Not only are they a well-balanced team, but their history of winning is second to none with Black T-Rex as their coach. A recipe any opponent will shed no tear putting down one of those flesh bags of fleas they call a wolf. Especially Van Helsing. Don't let that muzzle fool you. His claws pack quite a punch. Rumor has it, a reward of 100 gold pieces and a 20-year-old whiskey bottle from Jim Sardonic's personal collection for the head of that mutt. The team to pity? It was hard to pick one here as everyone's well-balanced. But Corn's Tributants. Yep. They take this nomination by just a slim margin. This Chaos team is surprisingly balanced for a low TV value, and expects Zovrik Grimbristle to lead the way in casualties, which will hopefully lead them to enough victories to not be dead last. And now we move on to Nurgle King. What a stupid name for this division, as they don't have a single Nurgle team in it. Just a bunch of bashy teams with balanced and agility teams sprinkled in it. I doubt there will be more than 3 games that will score more than 4 total touchdowns. But at the same time, I don't think you'll see as many casualties as you will in other divisions. If you're looking for some mystery games that might surprise you from some unexpected plays, look no further than here. The team despite? Well, you better love coffee, because this team will stuff it down your throat with a funnel. Iguana More Coffee has a long history of leaving behind drowned toffee bodies in their many victories. No star players stand out here, but with a blocking Crocs named Tasty Pastry, who needs one? Taking down the brittle coffee beans of skinks is the way to win, but you'll have to get past their Liberica Bean brothers, the Sauruses, and they're much bigger than them and you. The team to pity? Well, if you hate dealing with coffee, you're going to love a taste of peanut butter. Yes, this team is about to face some hardships as they will be bullied by every other single team in this division. Though that's natural when you're Skaven. I expect the tale to be different next season when their best player, Smucker's Natural Crunchy, matures into a hard-hitting blitzer. And now on to the last division, but surely not the least, Zombie. For a name that doesn't represent speed, this division is filled with it. Even the bashy teams have decent speed. You want to see touchdowns galore? This is the division to tune into, especially the pillow fights, at least in this league standards. You're going to see them amongst the 3 agility teams facing each other off, though why there is a bye week in this league baffles me. I do appreciate the potential this division can be, as Bash is not the answer to win in this one. The team Despite? Weird name for a team here, but I'm not going to question Bubby Men's team value hunters. Yes, they have the ability to breeze by their opponents and ball hawk those speedy alternatives. When tackle is scarce to come by this stage of TV value, it's going to be hard to get past these hunters' win record. The team to pity? Yeah, I know it's easy to pick a chaos team with such low TV value, but there's just not enough here to justify a competitor in this division, especially when Oga, the tenderness of Cathay, is considered your best player, and that idiot is a real bonehead. He rolls more ones than a drunken witch elf. No, this team will have to wait out a season to become a competitor. All right, that's it for my bold predictions. Let's see how it all turns out come the end of the season. I'm your host, Grim Knight Spring Hilgensport, and this was Stuns and Slander.